Today I'm going to be installing a Stage 1 kit from Elevate Performance on my Volvo C30. This is a pretty easy install. All I'm going to have to do is remove the factory airbox, put in that cold air intake that Elevate sends over, and they have a pretty comprehensive kit on how to do it. So it'll allow more air and thus more fuel to be added into the engine and give you a little bit more performance. This kit should bump up that stock car's horsepower from 260 to around 280. So nothing crazy, something I can still drive every day. It just sounds a little bit better and has a little bit more power. Alrighty, so since I've got this thing up in the air, I wanted to show you how to make sure your car is properly secured. So I have two jack stands. They're both 3-ton jacks, which might be a little overkill for such a small car. And then I also have my jack, which is supporting the back. You can't rely on only a jack because this is a hydraulic machine that might fail. Well, this is just a piece of steel, so there's no real moving components on a jack stand, one like this. Now that I've got the back of the car up, I'm gonna be able to put this exhaust on a lot easier. Safety should be your #1 priority whenever you jack the car up. So always use jack stands, make sure that your car is properly secured before you're getting under there. And I also wanted to come under here and show you what the stock exhaust looks like. Let's get under this thing. You'll see this thing's pretty rusted. Nothing wrong with it, it'll work fine, but not make really much sound. And you'll see that's because of this massive stock muffler that comes with the rear exhaust, on the rear exhaust here. And kind of a part that I'd like to take off. So one of the first things you have to do to get this the stock exhaust off is to cut it right underneath the rear subframe. Otherwise you'd have to take the entire rear subframe off, which is a real pain. So I got a Sawzall and I just made a pretty quick cut right there. Now I'll be able to remove it the rest of the way out. Pretty easy. Alrighty, so this is the stock catalytic converter. And then right from the catalytic converter back, that's what a Catback exhaust is. You've got the flange included with Elevate Performance. And then from there, goes all the way back. You've got another resonator here, so you don't have as much drone. Then it clips into the stock hangers and goes all the way back. And it's a setup that's not too loud. If I'm going to be driving this car every day, I don't want it to be overwhelming. Includes a cold air intake from them, which has their oval-shaped cone air filter that's a non-oiled filter. The hardest part of this install was removing the stock airbox. It was a bit of a pain. So this is a massive airbox that has the ECU bolted to the side of it. I needed to relocate the car's computer and put it towards the front, near the front bumper. And then I also had to take that stock airbox out and install the Elevate Performance one. Installation of the Elevate Performance one was pretty good. The fit and finish was great, and I was pretty impressed with the welds on the intake, and then also the way that it looked. I enjoy the blue piping. It kind of matches the Swedish flag, which is the look that I'm going for on this car.